Hey, welcome back. We have a pen here, one I've been trying to get my hands on for quite a while. Well, I'm trying to think of how best to put this. Initially, I didn't really want this pen. I didn't love the style and didn't love the price. So I didn't get it for a long time. Eventually, enough people convinced me it was worth a look, and finally decided to reinvest some of the funds that I've recently pulled from the Smooth Precision pen sales and buy some other interesting pens that I think could be cool to get out on the channel. So that is what we have here. So this was actually in fact traded for a number of parts that I had. And let's see what we think. This is the Grimsmo Saga. They come with a cool box that I don't want to mess up here, or I'd be pulling the knife out more. And this is a bit of an older one, so it has a wooden box, which is quite cool. And yeah, I'm excited to finally get one of these in hand. So there it is. And this one is Grimsmo Saga number 2389. And I'll tell you the part that I didn't like cosmetically was this little crown on the top. And sorry, it looks like I need to close my window here. I was trying to let some cool air in, but got some motorcycles running around out there. Yeah, I didn't love the look of this concept at the top here, and I don't really know much about how this works or anything, so bear with me while I acclimate. But let's go ahead and zoom back out. Overall, the look and feel feels pretty good. Clearly Schmidt Easy Flow 9000 or whatever that is. I don't know if that's something like P9000 or something like that. The box is really impressive. Okay, so that's not what I was expecting, that you push that in. How do you get this guy back out? Oh, that's pretty cool. So you push in, pull down, and it comes out. You would think I would have like watched a review or something ahead of this, given it's got a unique mechanism, but I didn't. So I don't know if anything that you do here changes like the length if you're moving this around or what. I don't know what rotating this does. It looks like not. It's a nice stone wash. This one looks like it's in very good condition. Don't get the impression that this has been used much, if at all. And yeah, it's a pretty cool mechanism. What's kind of cool is you're always pulling down, so it's like down, down. That's kind of cool. Very fidgety. Let's go ahead and do a slight disassembly. We're not going to do anything crazy here without doing a little bit of research on this one, but just glean what we can. One of the things I noticed right away, which is interesting here, is the it looks like we just have a standard. No, actually that's a bit of a stronger than standard spring, so that's interesting. But the nose cone here, the tip, it does have a bit of an interesting, and sorry if I haven't been zooming correctly, I realize I got a little funky with my camera, or my focus rather. But this is interesting. There's a bit of a gap between here at the tip where it sort of goes down in size for the threads and the threads themselves. And I'm kind of curious what the reason is for that, because most of the pens I've seen don't have such a big gap there. But that's sort of interesting. The tip itself looks well designed. Yeah, I like the stonewash finish on it. Looks good. Do I dare? This is interesting. You can't, oh. This pocket clip, how does this tighten on here? This is interesting. You should probably be careful with that because it looks like it's actually touching. But that's interesting how that sort of threads. And yeah, you cannot return this, I guess maybe with gravity. Sorry, still totally zoomed in. I guess with gravity you can return this without the spring in there, but it's not just gonna pop back up. It does rely on that spring for the mechanism there. So that's interesting. This would be a fun one to take apart for sure. I'd like to get into it and see exactly how that mechanism works. I'm sure there's some good videos on it, so I don't need to reinvent the wheel there and do it live for you all. Let's just see if we get any rattles or anything like that. Now, the big concern about this pen to me is the prices are very staggering, like shocking almost. No sound either way, so very solid. Wait, you have to go pretty far out of your way to generate any sound. There might be a little bit there, but it's generally very solid. I'm impressed with this pen. It's definitely one of the better pens that I've handled. And one of the things I like about this design is, although it's short, there's a lot of rotation room here for it to sit well in your hand and be able to write well and so on. So yeah, it does generally feel good. It's got the fidget factor. Now, again, price. So what does high price mean? A plain Jane or stone washed or satin version of this costs $330 right now on their website. I don't know what these cost back when this particular one was made, but that's quite a bit. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. This has like a magnet in it or something. It really pops in there at the end. Oh, I see where it is. It's under here. So that's a pretty cool design. I like that. It looks like it will not over travel, but I could be wrong. Oh, there it goes. So it will. You can remove that. And I don't know. I guess that's room for the pen to be in there. That's a cool design. I wonder if how they're CNCing this out as well. This is a decent amount of production to do something like this. And I think they've switched this to like a different mechanism, but that is just really nicely fit in there. You can even see there's room for the pocket clip. So that's quite a presentation, I have to say. I'm impressed with that. That stands out to me. And look, this is a little wider over here, so I don't think that would slide back in that way. I could be wrong. I don't know if you could do that with the pen in there. I think you might have to get this back in, get this out of here. Okay, put it here. Nice. I'm really wanting to see what is under the pocket clips, so bear with me while I get a little bit of light here. And we'll take a look under the pocket clip there. I can't quite tell what that is. Is that writing or just milling out of there? Might be a date on there. Like, might say like a made in Canada in 2021 or something. But I actually can't quite make it out. Let's see if we can see it. I actually have, it's easier to see. Looks like it might say Grimsmo Knives 2021. So that's pretty cool. Nice little milling there. Yeah, overall, I'm impressed with the pen. It's definitely in my top 10 list. It might be in my top 5 list. I'd like to spend a little bit of time with it and see what I think. I personally like a slightly longer one. I find this a little small. It's a bit on the short side. Maybe do a quick measurement. And sorry this is happening so late in the video, but it is what it is. Now the downside of this mechanism is you get kind of a short feeling pen that's actually kind of longer when it's not, you know, deployed. But it's about the same size as like a Smooth Precision Mini, like a 4.75 it looks like. If you don't include the top, if you include the top, you're talking about 5 inches. And then I'm really curious what the weight is. It feels a little bit on the heavy side for a titanium pen, but in a good way. Like the balance feels nice. Maybe a little top heavy. You can see it's the balance point's pretty far back on this, but it's all right. So like 1.1 ounces. To put that in comparison with a large smooth precision pens, or full size, 0.87 ounces. And you've got, you know, a bigger pen there. So this would be closer to like the zirconium full size from Smooth Precision. Add in a zirconium pocket clip and bolt, and you're talking like 1.25 or something like that, I think. So yeah, nice pen. I'm definitely digging it. I thought it was rotate. Like I didn't, again, watch anyone actually do a video on this, so I thought this was like a rotating mechanism. I do have the Koenig pen coming in soon that's kind of similar to this in a way, so I'll be curious to see how that goes. Really appreciate the gentleman for making this one available to me on the trade. I really am glad to get one of these in hand finally. I've probably gotten, I don't know how many comments at this point to go check one of these out. I think you all were right. It was worth a check out. And yeah, I'm excited to spend a little bit of time with it and potentially even see if I can find some other ones that I like. Because I think those are definitely on my, it's top 5 or 6. I'll spend a little bit of time with it and see. I can usually tell pretty quickly if I'm gonna like something or not though. And that's definitely up there on the list. So yeah, that's all for now. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.